Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. Now, for a lot of you guys watching me right now, you would probably notice that something is missing, right? Something is definitely missing in this program, and that would be my microphone. My microphone is missing at the moment because my mixer is having an issue. So I had to put it somewhere for the time being till I am able to sort that part out. So you know how we do it. How was your day? How have you guys been? How is life generally? How is everything? So for me today, I spent the better half of the day at a program, a 50th birthday celebration for someone I know, and it was fun. It was literally an Owambe, and I had fun. All right, sorry guys, I had a little issue with my network there, and I am back now. Hopefully, it doesn't trip off. All right, so I was saying that on today's episode, we'll be looking at traits successful entrepreneurs have that we also can imbibe in our business lives. Okay, so let me just dive right in because I know that the network is a bit shaky because of the weather, and it's not really been that fun. Okay, so trait number one that you must have as an entrepreneur, all right, is confidence. It is very, very key. You need to have confidence as an entrepreneur if you want to be successful on the long run. Because one, you need to be confident in your product. You need to be confident in everything you do as an entrepreneur. Because if you do not believe in what you're doing, then hey, nobody else can believe in it. Now, take for instance, let's say you are meant to meet with an angel investor, somebody that wants to invest in your business. If you do not believe, if you do not have confidence in what you are doing in the business you're doing, then people most likely will not believe in what you're also doing, because it is the confidence that you exude that your staffs, people around you, or people that you're trying to sell to would would connect with, right? They would know that, like, okay, this person, this lady, this man knows his onions, her onions, and they'll be confident enough to do what? To want to buy your products. All right. So you need to have confidence as an entrepreneur. Very, very important. Very, very key. Number 2 on my list is creativity. You need to have creativity as an entrepreneur. Now, there are times that issues would come up, things would arise, and you have to what's the word? You have to find solutions, quick solutions to it. Now, if you are not creative, if you cannot think outside the box, it is going to make it very, very difficult for you to be able to excel as an entrepreneur. You need to learn how to be as creative as possible. Now, creativity goes beyond just what's the word now? Trying to have nice flyers, trying to have your graphics on point and all that. But it is, how do you solve problems within your business? Even outside your business, how creative are you in solving things as they come your way? Because everything in life would never be rosy. Yeah, we all know that. So you need to know how you solve those problems and nip them at the bud before they blow up to be something that you would not be comfortable with. Okay, so that is number 2 on my list, creativity. Number 3 is I think I'm going to edit this one. Let me remove it. Okay, you should be self-motivated, or let me just put self-motivation for us. Just a moment, please. All right, so self-motivation. Now, you should be one person that is self-motivated enough in your business, because there will be times whereby you would have you would feel down, like literally very down. And if you are not able to motivate yourself well enough, your business would most likely do what? Your business would crumble. So you need to motivate yourself. All right. Even during your downtimes, you need to find ways in which you can, or places that you can draw strength from. All right. Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, there will be times that like it's as if the whole world is against you. And at that point in time, you just need to like tell yourself that, like, okay, I know why I am into this business. I know the result I want to get out of it. I know the lives this business is helping. Even though it is my downtime at this point in time, I would not relent. I would not relent. I would push. I would push until I push through. All right. It is very, very important. You need self-motivation, because, man, especially if you're doing business in Nigeria, one policy or the other would always come up that can literally mess your day up. And if you're not self-motivated to tell yourself that, like, hey, this storm is going to come, you would crash. And that's it. So you need to be what? You need to be self-motivated. You need self-motivation as a trait to be a successful entrepreneur. Moving on to number 4, you need to have a process you follow. Now, one of the things that like a lot of Nigerians that I have seen that are into business do is they don't have a pattern, they don't have a structure they follow, they don't have a process they use in their businesses, right? It's just German, and that is why a lot of the times, especially for the SMEs, small and medium enterprises, right? Like you just realize that money is missing, energy is wasted, because if you had a structure, the thing that like sometimes that like you would have to like use 10 hours to do, you probably like just do them within 2 hours, because you know that like, okay, this is the structure that we have put in place. Especially if that thing is repeatable, right? You know that, okay, we've already put this in place. It is easier for you to quickly do it. And then when you're bringing in a new staff, right, you can easily train them, showing them the pattern you are used to in the company, right? The company culture, the company, everything that has to do with company that is structured, right? You can easily show the person like, okay, this is what we believe in. This is how we do things. If you're in this department, this is how you're going to do it. If you're in that department, that's how you're going to do it. But more often than not, when people bring in staffs, right? They onboard new staffs, right? They just believe that like they should be able to know what is meant to be done. It doesn't work that way. If you do not have a structure, your business is going to crash on the long run. Okay, your business is going to crash on the long run. Okay, moving on to number 5 is you need to be what? You need to be disciplined, right? As an entrepreneur, this is very, very, very important. You need to be disciplined in your business. Let's say you, so not let's say like as a business owner, yeah, you know that you don't have any other boss. You don't have a boss breathing down your neck. You are the lord of the business, as it were. Now, if you are not disciplined enough to be able to tell yourself that, like, I need to be accountable to myself, then on the long run, your business would not survive because you are not disciplined. You probably tell yourself that, like, because I'm the boss. I have seen cases where, like, because the person is the owner of the business, it comes to work, or she comes to work, or gets to work at any time they please, or they just do things with this carefree mindset, like, well, it's my business. I can do it as I wish. But if you want to go far, you need to learn discipline. If you were working with someone, right? If you were working with a company, you know that at a certain time you have to resume work. Just because it is your business doesn't say that, like, you would not be disciplined. No, you would not tell yourself that, okay, from this time to this time, this is what I'll be doing. From this time to this time, this is what I'll be doing. And just schedule your day, right? Keep to it, be disciplined with it. And believe you me, you are going to do what? You're going to soar as an entrepreneur. All right. So number 6 on my list is you need to have great communication skills. You need to have great communication skills. Now, this is one thing that, like, a lot of people have issues with communication. They have issues having to communicate with other people for them to understand them. They have issues communicating with their staffs. They have issues paying attention to details. They have issues with a lot of things. Now, there are 3 things as an entrepreneur that you need to focus on. All right, when it comes to communication, the first part is you must learn how to listen effectively. As a business owner, you must learn to listen to people effectively. You must learn to understand what they are saying. So you have to pay attention to the details. Someone is talking to you, listen attentively. It is not the time for you to start forming boss, or forming, in the Nigerian sense, oga in the office, right? Like, you need to listen to them, because that information they're trying to pass across to you might be key to you, might be key to your business. So as an entrepreneur that wants to be successful, you must learn how to do what? You must learn how to listen effectively. Number 2 is your message should have clarity and must be vivid. So when you're passing across message to your subordinates or to anybody around you, make sure that, like, the message has enough clarity for the person to understand what you have said. And you must get what? Feedback from the person to be sure that, like, the person understood all that you have said. Now, the third part is that, like, you must learn to provide feedback also to those people that are communicating with you, right? Learn to provide feedback, ask questions. Okay, you said this about this thing. I really do not understand it. Can you give more clarity about it? Now, that is you giving feedback. Now, in giving your feedback, you need to be as supportive as possible. You do not talk down on people, even when you feel that, like, their IQ is not as great as yours. You do not talk down on people. Respond to them in such a way that they would feel like, I am part of a team. I am part of a body, right? And that is it. Communication is very, very key. I said that, like, the first part is learn to listen effectively. Second part of communication is pass your message across with great clarity and be vivid about it. And then the third part is give feedback, and your feedback must be as supportive as possible. All right, now that is number 6 on the list. And then moving on to the very last point that I have is you have to be a risk taker. Very, very important. As an entrepreneur, you must learn how to take risks, but not just taking any unnecessary risks. You need to learn how to take calculated risks, right? Because I have seen scenarios. For me, I have taken some risks that I should never have taken, and I burnt my fingers, as it were. Like, it was not a nice ordeal. So in trying to take risks, right, you need to, like, be calculative about it. And then, like, if let's say you see a new opportunity rather than jumping into it heads on, why don't you just test the waters first? See if the idea is viable and it is something that can actually stand the test of time, or probably not. You may not know the long run yet, but at least for the time being, you can actually tell if it is making profit for you, or if it is something that you actually need before you now dip two legs into it. Then before you now immerse your full body into that thing, you must learn to take risks as a business person. Very, very important. Very, very key. All right. So those are the 7 points I'm going to list out today. I'll start from the beginning again. I said the first part is you must have confidence. That's a very key trait, right? Have confidence, because whenever you are talking to people, they need to believe what you believe in. They need to see what you're seeing. And in doing that, you need to be as confident as you can be. Number 2 on my list is you need to be as creative as possible, because there are times that like you'll be faced with challenges, you'll be faced with situations that like you need to solve head on. And it is how creative you are. It is how you can think outside the box that can actually help you to stand out as an entrepreneur. All right. Number 3 on my list is self-motivation. I spoke about the fact that like you would have down times. There are times that like you would just feel down and it's as if the whole world is against you. At that point in time, you need to be able to motivate yourself. If you want to be a great entrepreneur, learn how to motivate yourself. Number 4 is have a process you follow. Have a process you follow that you can also spread across the business. And then every other person within the business knows the same pattern that like, or the structure of the business, and then they also follow suit also. That's where you save money, you save resources, you save time, you save a whole lot of things. And then when you're bringing in new clients, it is easier for them to quickly learn what the procedure is, rather than for them to guess what to do per time. All right. Number 5 on my list, I said, is discipline. You have to learn discipline. All right. You must be disciplined because you have to be accountable to yourself. If you're not accountable to yourself, your business is going to crash. So you have to act as if you have a boss. And at the end of the day, you account back to yourself. All right. That's number 5 on my list. Number 6 on my list is you must have great communication skill. You must learn to listen effectively, and then you must learn to pass across your message with clarity, and it must be vivid. And then the last part is you must learn to give feedback in a way that is supportive. All right. Then number 7 on my list, which is the very last one, is you must learn to take risks. You must learn to take calculated risks. On this note, I have come to the end of today's episode. I hope you've been able to learn something. If you're watching from YouTube, please make sure you like the video and then also subscribe to the channel. If you're watching from Facebook, please do so well to share with your friends and loved ones. My name remains Adams Luafemi Olajide, and it has been fun being with you guys again today. Have a lovely, lovely evening and be the best version of yourself, and know that you are the light of the world. Shine your light to everyone around you. On this note, I said good night.